Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, whereas usually I make a video where I only cover one article and I post that video, on my channel, today's video is going to be a little bit different where I take two articles and I choose to cover, and I'm going to cover both of them in the same article because they both sort of cover the same thing, which is basically they're both animated movies that I'm kind of looking forward to, and I also feel like there really isn't enough there to warrant its own video. So I decided to just combine them both into this one video, which I hope you'll enjoy. And if you do enjoy it, and if this video does well, maybe I'll do more videos like this. But anyway, the first article that we're going to cover right here is from Bounding into Comics. And it says, new images provide a first in-depth look at Superman Man of Tomorrow animated movie. Now, in case you don't know what this is, Superman Man of Tomorrow is going to be the next animated movie that DC is going to be releasing. Now, a little bit of context. The last movie that they released was called Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Now, if you've been keeping up with the DC animated movies like I have, then you'll basically know what Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is. Basically, they said that this was going to be their last movie in this line of movies that they've been releasing, which basically, it all basically took place within the same world. And even though each of them sort of told their own story, it still took place within the same sort of universe. That's why you saw basically a lot of the same characters in each of the movies. So, and all of them sort of had the New 52 look to them, which a lot of people have been criticizing because, and I kind of get it, because that kind of, the character designs, that kind of look didn't really lend itself well to animation because, and I will admit there is some truth to that. Some of the movies that they released at least the ones that sort of adopted the New 52 look, the animation sometimes did feel kind of stiff, not always, but a lot of them did, they didn't look the best. They definitely did not look as good as some of their earlier movies. Like, for example, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse, I thought was pretty damn good, especially the animation. The Wonder Woman movie that came out in 2009 was fantastic. The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and Part 2, of course, were amazing. And let's see Batman Under the Red Hood. In my opinion, that's the best one. I love that movie. I could watch that movie any day. It is absolutely fantastic. One of their best. Let's see, what other movies did they release that I kind of enjoyed? Okay, I'm kind of drawing a blank, but you know what? Let me know that in the comment section down below. If there are any movies that DC, any animated movies that DC released that didn't take place, that didn't take place within this sort of New 52 universe-esque universe that they had, where they released all the, like, Justice League War or Justice League Throne of Atlantis, those movies that took place all within the same world. But the ones before then, basically before Flashpoint, Flashpoint Paradox movie. That movie was also pretty damn good, even though, yeah, they did make some changes within the original story. But I still thought it was a good movie overall. At least it was an enjoyable movie. But and anyway, a little bit of spoilers for Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, just to give you some context as to what's going on. Basically, what ended up happening in that movie is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman organized the Justice League to attack Apocalypse, but Apocalypse finds out and he ends up turning the tables on them, and a lot of heroes ended up dying in that conflict. And basically Superman goes back to Earth, and he organizes another team to attack Apocalypse because, he's Superman and he doesn't give up. And basically, even though he's weakened, which I won't spoil how, he's weakened, but basically he still chooses to go after Apocalypse and fight him because he knows that it's the right thing to do. And basically it doesn't end well. It's a pretty bleak ending. Seriously, if you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. Basically, a lot of the heroes are dead. We even see them brutally murdered on screen. And it's pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the things that I actually kind of enjoyed about the movie. Even though it was sad to see all those heroes die, I still like the fact that they actually went that far. And the movie isn't perfect. There were a lot of things that were kind of. There were a lot of scenes where you had CG like parademons, or as they call them, paradooms, that looked just absolutely horrible. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but it looked terrible. I did not like that every time they were on screen. And it's not just the hero, but the villains. A lot of the villains end up dead, and you even see it. And like I said, it's a pretty bleak ending, and it even ends with basically them realizing that Apocalypse basically ends up taking away like a third of the Earth's magma core, and they even said like, in one room it even says even if you take a little bit, it's gonna end up. The Earth is either gonna freeze or it's gonna burn because it's been thrown off its axis. It's been thrown off its original gravitational pull, around the sun. You guys know what I'm talking about. But basically, it's pretty bad. And even though at the end, Superman, Batman, like they don't give up. They still say, look, I know it's pretty bleak, but I'm pretty sure we can still do something. But even Batman says like, even if we do get to work now, by the time we even get close to something, even if we get close to being in control of the situation, 1 billion people are still gonna die. Which, by the way, was kind of surprising because when you see the Earth, you'd be wondering, wait, there are still people alive? Like I just assumed at that point that pretty much everyone on Earth was dead, but no, apparently there are still people alive. And then even if they get the situation under control, 1 billion people will still end up losing their lives. And again, that's a big if. But anyway, it ends with Constantine, who ended up finding out about what Barry did, when he changed the timeline, which pretty much caused all of this. He ends up telling him, like, look, you know what you have to do. And he says, and Barry even says, you want me to cause another flashpoint? And he basically says, yes, wipe the board, start over. And he even says, look, I don't want to do it because, look, I promised Iris that, before and it's implied that she died. And he says he promised her that no matter how bad things got, he wouldn't like go back in time and change things again. But Constantine says, "Look, dude, I don't know what changes are going to be made, but it can't be any worse than than the situation that we're already in." And you know what that situation to me was kind of interesting because you can kind of see it from both sides. I mean, you understand why Barry doesn't want to go back and change time again, because for all you know, like you could end up making things even worse than they already are, which I know is kind of difficult to imagine. But Constantine said, "Look, I understand, but you know that like we're pretty much fucked either way." And Barry ends up deciding, all right, I'm gonna do it. So he does it. He goes back in time, and the very last thing we see is this timeline that they created pretty much being wiped out. And pretty much all of these events basically never ended up happening. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of pissed about that because, like, if you're just going to use time travel to solve anything, then pretty much nothing you do has any consequence, which I get. But, I mean, I understand why they did it because it's what ended up leading to this. So I'm sorry, that was sort of like a mini review of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, which I planned on doing its own video for that, but whatever, I just talked about it right here. I mean, if you still want like a full actual review of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, let me know in the comment section down below if you want that. But anyway, that's what ends up leading us finally to this article. I'm sorry, I know I went off on a bit of a tangent. I do that in my videos. I apologize for that. But let's finally get into the article. So here we go. New images provide a first in-depth look at Superman Man of Tomorrow animated movie. Now let's finally get into this. An abundance of first-look images for DC's next animated feature, Man of Tomorrow, was released, and they offer a pretty good glimpse at what the film looks like, plus some key details. Among them is a young adult Clark Kent playing at being a hero without the cape and beholding a glowing pyramid from Krypton bearing the symbol for the House of El. Here it is, DCU verse. Okay. I'm guessing that's the Instagram profile, or is it Instagram or Twitter? Yeah, it's Instagram. Okay, posted a gallery of stills to Instagram. Swipe through it down below to check out a crestfallen juvenile Clark in glasses, Lois Lane, Lobo, Martian Manhunter, Jor-El, and Lara, Ma and Pa Kent, Perry White, Lex Luthor, and more. Okay, so let's take a look at the images right here. Let's take a look. Okay, so we can, sorry, forgot this is in Twitter. Basically, okay, so we can see the stills right here. You can see a young Clark Kent right here. He got the glasses, then he's got the glasses. Okay, you can see Martian Manhunter right here. You can see you can see him trying on different outfits. You can see the official outfit right here. You can see Lobo right there, which, by the way, my man Lobo, always love Lobo. You can see him. You think he's got the suit right there. You can see him. Is it just me, or does it kind of look like a holocron? Like that's a holocron, guys. Come on. Anyway, let's move on to the next set of images. Okay, so you can see Superman right there. He's helping Lois Lane. You can see. Okay, so we got a young Clark Kent. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking the look. I like the new look. I'm not gonna lie. It feels fresh. It feels new, and it doesn't feel like they went with a super simple chibi style, which I usually hate whenever. Whenever they do that, you can see some of the people are obviously not happy. Devin Alanese says another origin story. Fuck off. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. I don't mind an origin story if it's done right. Like if it stays true to the character. You can see Mon Pa Kent. We always love them. You can see them. Okay, that's a shot of Smallville at night. You can see a young Clark Kent again. I'm guessing. I'm assuming this is after like he's told like what he actually is, like the fact that he's an alien from another planet. You can see Jor-El and Lara. You can see them right there holding a young Kal-El. You can see Superman again right there trying trying different outfits. Now this, okay, hold on a minute. Now this to me is actually very interesting. So I don't know if you guys know this, but have you ever read a comic called Superman Year One? I think it was written by J. Michael Straczynski. Now, to me, this is interesting because if you read that comic, then you'll know he had an outfit that looked a lot like this. He actually had an outfit that looked a lot like this, and I'm wondering, like, are they taking inspiration from Superman Earth One? Which, by the way, I actually really like that comic. Which, if you're interested in, it's not perfect. I didn't like everything about it, but it was actually pretty damn good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And let's see. Okay, so we finally get a good look at Lois Lane, whereas before we just saw the back of her head, and that's assuming if that really was Lois Lane. You can see Lex Luthor right there. You can see Mercy Graves. I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing this is at the Daily Planet. There's Perry White, of course. We always love him. You can see Clark Kent with the glasses. Let's see what else. I don't know who this is. I can't tell. Wait, who is that? Who is that? You know what? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you know who that is. Okay, you can see Star Labs in the background. So I'm guessing, I'm hoping that maybe they'll eventually introduce this universe version of the Flash, which you guys know the Flash is my favorite comic character. I love the Flash, so I'm looking forward to see what this version of this universe's version of the Flash is. You can see John Jones right there, Martian Manhunter. I'm guessing this is him as his human alter ego. Someone asks, is this after the reset? Yes, it is. Just in case you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure he isn't, but just in case you're watching this, Muhammad Usman, yes, this is after the reset. You can see Martian Manhunter right there. Okay, so you can see a new picture right there, a clip. Wait, is that Batman? Yeah, I'm guessing that's Batman because you can see right here if you look, that's sort of like a gun, or at least the grappling gun. Because why would Superman need a grappling gun if he could fly? So yeah, let's see, anything else that I missed. Again, look, I am liking the new look of the show. It's sort of a nice mix of the New 52 look, where like I liked. If there's one thing about the New 52 look is I liked the way the movies looked. I just thought the animation was pretty stiff, but it's because they usually tend to add too much detail to the character designs, the character models. And because of that, it doesn't lend themselves well to animation. I feel like this is a good mix. This is a good mix of where it looks kind of like it has detail, but at the same time, it doesn't have too much detail that it doesn't lend itself well to animation. Like I love the way this looks. I love the new look. So let's continue with the article. An additional, hold on, let me just get rid of this. And this. Okay. An additional image of Lex and Superman in a lab or command center setting was released by Entertainment Weekly. That's below. Okay, so yeah, you can see them right there. By the way, if there's one thing I will admit that I didn't like about the New 52's Lex Luthor is the voice actor. I wasn't a fan of the voice actor, if I'm being honest. It didn't fit. It didn't fit Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor. Plot details are few, but Clark works as an intern at the Daily Planet while he figures out how to fight crime and save the good people of Metropolis. Sounds very much like a starting out version for Superman. The animation is noticeably different. Okay, just a quick nitpick. I'm sorry. I know I keep going off on these tangents, but just a quick nitpick. A lot of people, when it comes to animated projects, they usually say the animation looks different. Usually when people say the animation is noticeably different, you find out they talk about the art style. Guys, there's a difference between art style and animation. Animation is basically the movement of the characters on screen. Okay, that's what it means. Art style is the way it looks. Like this, what you're seeing now, this is the art style. You can't really call this animation because it's not moving. It can't be considered animation if it's not moving. So just wanted to clear that up. So I'm guessing when they say the animation is noticeably different, I think they mean the art style, the look of the movie. Cosmic Book News reports that there is a reason, but to explain would be to spoil things. A new DC animated universe is set to launch soon, and that may have something to do with it. The cast is as follows. Okay, so we get some look at the cast. Darren Criss as Superman. Some people may know Darren Criss from Glee, like he played a character in Glee. Zachary Quinto, of course, he played Spock in the new Star Trek movies, which I hear a lot of people did not like. But I mostly knew Zachary Quinto from the show Heroes, which he played Sylar in Heroes, which by the way I loved Sylar in Heroes. Mostly in season one. Honestly wasn't that big of a fan of Sylar in the later seasons. I thought he was a fantastic villain in the first season. In my opinion, they should have killed him off at the end of the first season. I didn't like what they did with him in the later seasons. I didn't. I'm sorry. So he's gonna play Lex Luthor, which by the way, Zachary Quinto is a good actor. So I'm hoping he's gonna bring that to Lex Luthor. I don't know if he ever voiced characters in an animated show before or a movie. If he did, let me know in the comments. Alexandra Daddario is going to play Lois Lane. Brett Dalton as Lobo. Ryan Hurst as... Oh, so that was Parasite. Okay, so that was Parasite. Ike Amadi as Martian Manhunter. Neil Flynn is going to play Jonathan Kent. And Bellamy Young is going to play Martha Kent. Martha! I'm sorry, I had to. Superman Man of Tomorrow is the next DC animated film to be released after Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. It'll be available this summer on digital video, 4K Ultra Combo Pack, and Blu-ray. Which, by the way, if you guys want me to do a review of that movie and to let you know whether or not, you should give the movie a chance, let me know in the comments. The movie is directed by Chris Palmer from Voltron Legendary Defender, which... that depends. Is he from was he from the first couple of seasons or was he from the later seasons? Because the first couple of seasons I liked, but the later stuff was just bad. I'm sorry. It just wasn't good. Written by Tim Sheridan from Reign of the Superman, another movie which I kind of liked, not perfect, but I kind of liked it, and produced by Butch Lukic, Justice League and Batman Beyond. Wait, do they mean the Justice League series and Batman Beyond? Which, if that's the case, both are pretty damn good shows. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is out now. Spoilers are circulating social media, so be advised if you wish to see it. Get the Blu-ray for a special look at Man of Tomorrow. So that's everything we have when it comes to this article. So I've already given you guys pretty much everything I can when it comes to this article. So with all that being said, let's move on to the next article that I want to talk about, and that's this. So the Transformers franchise to get a new animated and live action films. The Transformers franchise lives on following Bumblebee. The franchise will reportedly add a new animated film as well as a new live action film. Now, when it comes to the animated film, I just want to say this. I don't think they're talking about the animated film that's coming to Netflix. Yes, there is an animated CG film that's going to come to Netflix, and I don't think that this is going to be the one that they're talking about. At least I don't think so because, let's see. The animated prequel film will be helmed by Toy Story 4 director Josh Cooley. Oh, I did not like Toy Story 4. So, Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, and is reportedly not connected to the live action franchise. But if it's a prequel film, then but you said it's a prequel film, so how is it not connected to the live action film? So what's it? Whatever. Okay. According to Deadline, the film will take place on Cybertron and revolve around the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron. They also note the film is separate and apart from the live action Transformers film series and the Bumblebee spin-off. Okay, so if you guys watched Bumblebee, you'll know that the movie started off on Cybertron, and it showed us Bumblebee and the other Transformers that we love, basically escaping Cybertron. So I guess this has nothing to do with that movie. Okay. Um, the script for the film is being written by Andrew Barrer and Gabriel Ferrari. They previously worked on Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ooh. I mean, I liked Ant-Man, but Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was not a big fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp, if I'm being honest. So that doesn't really fill me with much hope. The film script is reportedly being finalized with Cooley currently overseeing it. It had also been in the work for a number of years. The little bit of details that we do know about this film will more than likely be welcomed by Transformers fans. The best part of the Bumblebee spin-off were the opening minutes showing the Autobots fighting the Decepticons on Cybertron without any human involvement. Yeah, that was definitely the best part of the movie. Seriously, usually whenever these movies involve humans, it's not good. The humans are so bland, they're boring. The comedy is just it's terrible. It's not funny at all. It's nothing but just basic toilet humor, and it sucked. Good God, did it suck. If the film showcases the origins of the War of Cybertron and the deterioration of Optimus Prime and Megatron's relationship, it could be a runaway hit. It's also possible we could get some of the more massive Transformers like Metroplex and Trypticon. I guess we'll have to wait until the movie comes out. So the rest is basically covering uh, is basically going to be covering the live action movie. Now, I wasn't really, which I'm not going to cover. That's not the point of this video, but this does go into a little bit of the animated series. So I don't know. I guess I'll talk about it a little bit, or at least let's look. Which, by the way, yeah. Okay, so okay, so this clears things up a little bit. So the Netflix. I said before that it's not going to be the animated movie that's going to be released on Netflix. So apparently it's not on. It's not a movie. It's apparently going to be a. Apparently it's going to be an animated series, not a Netflix movie. Okay, so that was my mistake. I do apologize for that. And it says right here a Netflix animated series titled Transformers: War for Cybertron trilogy, produced by Rooster Teeth. Oh, Rooster Teeth. Is expected to debut sometime later this year. They released a trailer for the series back in February. Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to support anything by Rooster Teeth. I'm sorry. No. No, I'm not supporting anything by Rooster Teeth. Just, no. I'm not going to do that. No. But anyway, that is all I have to say for this video. I'm sorry if this video went on for a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but those are my thoughts when it comes to the new animated movie Superman Man of Tomorrow and the Transformers animated movie, which both I am really excited for. I don't know when this is happening, but I'm gonna guess that it's not gonna. I'm gonna guess that if they plan on releasing this in theaters, I'm gonna guess that it's not gonna be released this year, considering the coronavirus and everything, with everything being shut down. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be released this year, so it's probably gonna come out next year. So with all of that being said, that is all I have when it comes to these topics. So as always, guys, if you watched up until this point, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Thank you for giving me the watch time. And if you want to continue supporting my content, please remember to click on the like button, share this video, and leave a comment. And if you do subscribe, please remember to click on the bell icon to let you know whenever I post a new video. Now, we have reached 80 subscribers. Seriously, for everyone who's subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate the support. But guys, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, which I know you do, because guys, I check the analytics and I know that most of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So please consider subscribing. Help me get this channel to 1,000 subs and help me get the watch time I need. That way I can finally monetize this channel, and that way I can take whatever money I earn from this channel, I can put it back into the channel, and I can bring you guys some better content that you guys can enjoy. So with all of that being said, that is all I have to say. Please stay safe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.